From Frazier Field in Lynn, Mass., this is Fisher Baseball here on LSP today. The third and final game of this three-game weekend set between the visiting UMFK Bengals with a record of 2-12 and the Fisher Falcons with a record of 6-11. Good, still officially morning, everybody. Sam Feely here with you, ready to bring you the play-by-play story. The Falcons swept the doubleheader yesterday by a combined score of 22-4, with the last run that the Bengals could have scored to potentially tie game one in the fourth being gunned down at home plate, and it was all Falcons all the time from there. The pitching was also excellent, not to mention the 13-0 final of the second game, as the four pitchers in the 14 innings combined for 24 out of a possible 42 outs by way of the K. And the Falcons looking for the sweep here of the Bengals, who are still looking for their first win of 2026. The first two wins for this first-year program from Fort Kent, Maine, right up against the New Brunswick border, right by Quebec, very close to it. Well, those both came during fall ball, and still trying to get in the win column here in this. Can't really call it the new year anymore, with it being late in March at this point. Happy spring, by the way, in case you couldn't tell from the cold, dreary, windy weather we are playing in today. There was some question about whether this game would ever get off the ground. In fact, with the oobleck heading our way, but it's actually tracked north for most. We were looking at potentially this stuff starting at like 10 a.m., then 11 a.m., and right now it's almost noon, almost our scheduled first pitch, and droplets, if anything. But we are prepared to, tap out to Mother Nature if we have to, but that's why we're going to bypass the national anthem in the starting lineup introduction. Sorry, Anthony. But anyways, Bengals in black, Falcons in white, and this is the starting lineup that Dalton Parks will send out there today. Andre Carvalho is going to be behind the plate, followed by Brandon Erb in center. Seth Walker is at first. Caleb Martinez is in right. Hugh Ota is at second. Bradley Stoner is the DH. Eric Kohler is at third. Amadeo Lamenza is in left. And Josh Ferrando rounds out the starting nine for the Bengals at shortstop, with Nathan Innes taking the bump for the Bengals. Meanwhile, Fisher College sends out Armando Torres at second, followed by John Batista in right. Moises Febrier is the DH today. Ariel Salinas is at first. Daniel Peralta is at third. Angel Feliz is in center. Gabriel Rivera is in left. Gilbert Gomez gets the start at short. And Carlos Rosa gets the start behind the plate to catch Joseph Gutierrez, number 47 in white, number 1 in your hearts. The senior out of Tacoma, Washington, transfer from Greensboro College. Gutierrez making his 5th appearance and start. He is 1-1 with a .935 ERA and a .202 WHIP in 17 1/3 innings. His last appearance came on March 14th against Florida National. He picked up the dub in that one, going 4 innings, allowing 5 hits, 6 runs, 5 which are earned. He walked 5, struck out 3, and surrendered 1 home run. That actually, you could argue, was not his best outing of the year. Back on March 7th, he went 6, got a no decision against Florida Memorial. Allowed 6 hits, 5 runs, 3 of which were earned, walked 2 and struck out 3. With the Falcons, this is his 21st career appearance, and he has a 8.44 ERA in 37 1/3 innings. Last year in 16 games, 3 starts, he was 1-2 with a 7.65 and a .185 WHIP in 20 innings. Andre Carvalho will lead things off for the Bengals. Gutierrez is ready. First pitch. As he comes set, coming at you. 11:59. That is a strike. In the outside corner, we are underway. Up and in. Buzzing the tower early here. It is 1-1. Carvalho got the start behind the plate in game 2 yesterday, and he started in left in game 1. He was 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts against Milo Sierra in game 2. Here's a grounder to short. Backhanded there. Fire onto first. One hop is not in time. Base hit on the infield to lead off the ball game for Carvalho. Well, wasting no time getting their first hit of the ball game after against Sierra yesterday in game 2. Fort Kent was down their final out in their final 2 strikes before they finally got their first base hit. And now here is Brandon Erb, the center fielder. Misses for a ball. It is 1-0. Carvalho getting the start in the leadoff spot today. He batted cleanup in each of the doubleheader games yesterday. In game 1, Carvalho went 1 for 3 with a single, a stolen base, keep that in mind, and a walk. Erb in the number 2 slot in center field like he was all day yesterday as he takes a strike 2 and 1. In game 1, he was 1 for 3 with a walk, a single, and a run scored. And in game 2, he got on base twice, the only Fisher player to, the only UMFK player to do so. Once on an error in the first inning, but then he was gunned down trying to get to second after the overthrow in the air, and then was hit by a pitch and stole a base in the 4th and struck out in the 6th. 2-2 is the count to the UMFK center fielder with a look at Carvalho at first. He goes, the pitch is grounded to short, and that pulled the shortstop to the bag trying to cover the stolen base attempt and out of position to get anything, so it's runners at the corners to begin the ball game. Cannot fault Gomez at all there. That's just a great, perfectly executed hit and run by Fort Kent. As Carvalho gets to third, that's what you want to do in that situation. Get it to the spot where the shortstop vacates. Get it into center field, and that's exactly what leads us to first and third. Nobody out to begin the ball game for Seth Walker. Runner goes, throw down to second is not handled by Torres, so it's a stolen base. So 2 runners now in scoring position with nobody out. And Walker's got a golden opportunity here to cash in. Now in the first game yesterday, there were 2 runs in the first inning for UMFK. They're going to have 2 runs in the first inning here. A 2-run single for Walker. It's a bit of a different start to the game than it was in game one that led to these runs for the Bengals. They really dragged out those plate appearances. Full counts of the first 4 batters of the game for the Bengals. Really wearing down the starter, Yadiel Cuadrado, but he recovered nicely, end up with 10 strikeouts in 5 innings. This time, the Bengals showing no hesitation whatsoever. They're aggressive, attacking. Starter Gutierrez here early, swinging early and often. It's worked out with 3 straight base hits to begin the ball game, 2 runs, but now a couple of foul-offs by Caleb Martinez have the UMFK cleanup man behind 0-2. Runner goes, pitches low, throw down to second is not in time. It's skipped to the third base side of the bag, and another stolen base for the Bengals. One and 2 to Martinez. A look at second by Gutierrez, and the pitch. Swing, and that is a strike 3, and the tag completes the strikeout for the first out of the ball game. Martinez down on strikes, and that'll bring up Oda. Oda was the leadoff man in both games of the doubleheader yesterday. He got the party started in game 1 by drawing a walk and scoring on Carvalho's 2-run single that inning. But he did not have a hit at all. He skies this one into right center field, and that is off the wall. Oda's on his way to third as Walker can just jog home on the RBI triple by Oda. Yesterday, the wind was blowing in considerably, swirling too. Ball's out to right field where we get caught in the jet stream. That one to right center, but then he had times to just knock it back, like unfortunately John Batista's otherwise home run. It's got that too high up in the wind yesterday, but Oda with the triple, 4 hits. Now, in this first inning for Fort Kent, remember, they just had 1 hit in game 2 yesterday. And that came with 2 outs to go, 2 outs in the 7th. The Bengals had 5 hits in all of game 1. So here is Bradley Stoner, the DH. Fouls that one off. 1-1 is the count. After a rough day at the office yesterday for the Bengals, not wasting any time here, and now he gets plunked. Runners at the corners once again for the Bengals, and that's already going to do it for Gutierrez. Gutierrez only goes a third of an inning, allows 4 hits, 3 runs, plunks a man, still responsible for both guys on base, and wasn't a great day at the office for the Bengals yesterday. Not a great day at all, and a short one at that at the office for Gutierrez, as we have a pitching change coming to you from Frazier Field. LSP and Shipping Shield are partners in cards. Shipping Shields are the eco-friendly sports and gaming card shipping protectors trusted by yours truly, made in the U.S. and Canada on 100% recyclable cardboard. Use the link and codes on the screen or in the description for a discount on your order. We may receive a commission from those orders, but we thank you for your continued support of whatever this is. The new noodle for the Fisher Falcons, the new wing, I guess, would be the more appropriate metaphor, is Kevin Cancel. Cancel is 1-2, and this is fifth appearance with an 11.25 ERA, and he's going to try to find a way out of this bucket of syrup. It is 0-1 to the third baseman, Eric Kohler. Cancel working from the stretch and gets Kohler to swing and miss. Strike two. Kohler was 0 for 3 in game 2 yesterday. That goes through the wickets of the catcher Rosa, and in to score on the wild pitch is Oda. Up to second goes Stoner. One, two to Kohler. Swing and a miss, strike three. Cancel has issued 11 walks this year to now 8 strikeouts. And Lamenza will try to cash in, and it'll be on a hop to first. Salinas has it. And the side is retired, but 4 runs on 4 hits, 1 left for the Bengals. And before Fisher even takes a swing, they're down 4-0. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Sponsor our content for as little as $25 a spot. Whether you want to promote a business, product, or event, or send a message of support to a player, team, or coach, email yours truly for all the deets. Nathan Innes will get the start on the bump for the Fort Kent Bengals. He did not pitch yesterday. He only played in game 2, got the start at first base, then moved to left field, and he was 0 for 1 with a walk in that game. So we'll see if Fisher can mount another comeback here after falling behind before taking their first swing. They were down 2-0 after half an inning in game 1 yesterday. Job's a little harder today, but we're also scheduled to play 9 innings as Innes delivers up and away for ball 1 to the second baseman Armando Torres. Torres, John Batista, and Moises Febrier due up here in the bottom of the first for the Falcons. Jackknifes Armando a bit, and that is going to be inside for a ball. It is 2-0. Chat really does have faith in Fisher to come back here. 9 out of 10 of y'all in the Who You Got poll like Fisher to win. We'll see if that holds up. Let's see if they validate your confidence in him. It is 2-1 now to Armando. Senior out of Vega Baja, Puerto Rico, takes outside for ball 3. He's hitting .310 in 17 games with 4 ribbies, 21 runs scored, and 19 steals. He skies this one into right center field. It's carrying, got up into the jet stream, bounces away. He's on his way to second. Didn't travel as much as I thought it was going to once it got up there, but it does land for a leadoff double. Just the 6th extra base hit of the year for Torres. That's his 5th double, which ties his output in 52 games last year. His career high in doubles is 9, which he set in 2024. And now here is John Batista, and I told him after the game, never get me that excited for a Batista bomb ever again. As Torres takes off for third, the pitch is well wide for ball 1 and an easy stolen base for Torres. He won't get much easier steals of third base ever, as that's stolen base number 111 for his career and 20 on the year for Torres. So 1-0 with a runner at third for Batista. Drives this one the other way to right center field, and that will bounce off the wall. Torres can walk home. Batista's going for 3, and he is toast. Credit Batista with a double and an RBI, but it is also the first out. And you hope and that does not come back to bite Fisher here. So 4-1 with 1 out, and that'll bring up Febrier. Getting the start as a DH today. He takes down low for a ball. 1-0. '22nd run of the year scored by Torres, 144th of his career. Batista picking up the double in the RBI, now up to 23 ribbies on the year. That'll be fouled into the screen. Batista picking up his 8th double. In there for strike 3 called. And do not underestimate the morale and momentum value that gunning down Batista at third could provide the Bengals. That nearly went in and got Salinas, but it goes to the backstop for ball one. Because instead of bases empty, 2 out as it is right now, would have been at best runner at second, 1 out. But it looks like we're going to get a runner at second anyways, as Salinas is in there with a double. But again, could be 4-2 right now, just 1 out. And you do not want to be in this position where you have to wonder what if. That is the third double of the inning for the Falcons. There's only 1 run on the board so far with 2 down for Peralta. Falcons don't win this game, whether they keep it close or not, we might have to look back on that play. There's a big reason why. 0-1 is the count to Peralta. Swing and a miss. 0-2 now to Peralta, who enters play slashing .360, .418, 500. With a runner in scoring position, he takes off, and the pitch is down and away, and a stolen base for Salinas. So 1-2 with a runner at third now for Peralta, hoping to cash in. Seen 3 doubles and 2 steals in this inning by the Falcons, but just the 1 run so far. Waits on that one, chops it to short, fielded there, on to first, and boy, we may have to look back on this inning and wonder what could have been, because that is just 1 run on 3 hits with a runner left at third, and it's 4-1 Bengals after 1. The LSP store is now open. Get yourself a DVD or digital copy of most past LSP video broadcasts, or one of several different designs of stickers, shirts, or other merch, including some stuff with my late dog Tina the Long Arena on it, and some words I've probably said on this here YouTube channel over the years. Email yours truly for game videos, or scan the QR code to go to the spring store for merch. We go to the top of the second. It'll be 9-1-2 due up for the Bengals. Ferrando, Carvalho, and Erb against Kevin Cancel. We got the last 2 outs of the first, after Josh Gutierrez could only get 1 out and allowed 4 runs on 4 hits. Liner in, caught by Salinas at first for out number 1. Here's Carvalho, got the party started in the top of the first with a base hit and then came around to score on Walker's two-run single. Drives this one into left center field, and that will get past the left fielder Rivera all the way to the wall. And holding at second with his second hit of the day is Andre Carvalho, halfway to the natural cycle. That is already the fifth extra base hit of this ball game between the two teams, and we're only one out into the second. Here's Herb, singled, stole second, and scored his first time up. Takes ball one. And going back on the replay of the Batista double, only jogging out of the box as that one nutmegs Rosa into third. Goes Carvalho. It is now 2-0 hitters count with a runner 90 feet away for Brandon Herb. Infield comes in. If Batista is sprinting out of the box, he definitely gets that triple. That's hitting a spot where, a double's fine. But so is a base hit to extend the Bengals lead to 5-1. Boy, where was this offense the last half of game one and all of game two yesterday? Sometimes you got to tip your cap to the pitching. The 2018 Red Sox were one of the greatest individual teams of all time, and yet early in that season, they got no hit. By the Oakland A's, who were not exactly on people's radar as a team to watch that year. Yes, I said Oakland A's. Pickoff attempt is not in time. One and one. Walker had a two-run single his first time up and came around to score on Otis' triple. Grounder to second, 4-6, not going to happen at 3. Gomez wisely eats it. Herb is retired 4-6. Walker reaches on the fielder's choice, and it'll be up to Caleb Martinez to keep the line moving. But as I said earlier, as a Bengals fan, you wish you saw this offense yesterday, but sometimes you have to tip your cap to such a great performance from Milo Sierras. This is skied down the line in right into foul territory and lands for strike one. Martinez was the only out that Gutierrez got in his outing. Struck out his first time up, hoping for better success against Cancel. He has Walker at first with 2 down. 5 runs on 6 hits already for the Bengals. 0-2. Outside, ball 1. I don't want to accuse Batista of admiring his work on his double. I mean, it's not like he stood there or anything automatically thinking it was gone, but sometimes you feel like you want to overcompensate when you see how the play develops, and sometimes discretion is the better part of valor, and you'll gladly take a double in that situation. That gets away from Rosa, but unable to jump on it and get to second is Walker. He holds firm with a 2-2 count now with 2 down here in the second. Yeah, you don't capital N need a triple there. You got the heart of the order coming up behind you, the 3 and 4 hitters. And again, Salinas, that double he hit, you'd be looking at a 4-2 game with 1 out instead of a 4-1 game with 2 down. Then Peralta grounds out to end the inning. Again, you don't want to wonder what could have been, especially now that you're further behind, 5-1, as the payoff pitch is fouled off. The ball does seem to be carrying a little better today than it did yesterday. The wind is certainly not as aggressive, certainly not coming into the press box from the outfield as it was yesterday, but it's still pretty cold. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the side is retired. 1 more run on 2 more hits for the Bengals, and they lead 5-1 after a buck and a half. Are you down with a sound called LSP? Of course you are. Then follow and support us on the web, Linktree, Facebook, YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. Flash the subscribe button. Membership's also available for $5 a month. PayPal, Creator Spring, LSP37. Scan the QR code for all the info. It's the right thing to do. Bottom of the second, and Feliz, Rivera, and Gomez due up for the Falcons. Feliz, the center fielder out of Santo Domingo. Junior batting .276 with 2 homers and 13 ribbies, and takes down and away for a ball. And it is 1-0. slashing 276, 373, 500 on the year, and he is ahead 2-0 for a young man who has 7 walks to 11 Ks this year. He is ahead in the count, 3-0 on Nathan Innes, who did a good job of avoiding disaster in that bottom of the first. Statue of Liberty play by Feliz, and it is 3-1. Innes delivers, and I'll be fouled off to make it a full count. Five doubles, 1 triple, 2 homers, and 13 ribbies make up Feliz's stat line. And he comes up empty. Coming back from 3-0 down is Innes to pick up his 2nd K of the ball game. Here is Gabriel Rivera, the left fielder. Senior out of Miramar, Florida, and transfer from Southern Maine Community College. As he comes up empty for strike 1. 0-1 for the senior. There's play slashing 167, 286, 278 with 1 triple out of his 3 hits and 18 at-bats, but 6 RBIs as well. Hit .313 in 24 and .312 in 25. And an OPS of close to 900 last year. Not having the same luck this year, though. 12 doubles, 3 homers, 12 doubles, 3 triples, 5 homers, and 35 ribbies in 157 ABs for Rivera. A career high 12 steals in 24. Skies this one into deep center field, going back, reaching up, and that bounces over the wall and into the parking lot of the Manning Bowl. So that will just be an automatic double for Rivera, but given the slow start he's off to this year that I mentioned compared to the numbers he's put up in his previous 2 years, you hope that is a sign of things to come for Rivera if you are a Fisher fan. And you know what they say in baseball, it only takes one. There's Gilbert Gomez getting the start at short as February is nearly fired it into center field, did Innes. Gomez getting the start at short today with February getting DH duties. Slide step thinking about bunting his way on. Pulls back in time to watch that go high for ball 1. Senior out of Santo Domingo. Transfer from Monroe Community College in New York. Is ahead in the count 2-0. 158 hitter in 10 games and 19 ABs so far. Last year hit 285 with 9 doubles and 5 triples out of his 45 ABs. Also had 24 ribbies and 21 steals in 23 attempts. But this year, 1 out of 5 on thefts. 3-0 is the count to Gomez with Rivera at second on the 4th double. All the hits today for the Falcons are doubles, and now it's first and second on the 4-pitch walk. That is just the second walk drawn this year by Gomez. Had 18 walks in 148 games last year. That'll bring up the catcher, Carlos Rosa, relieving Verde after he pulled double duty yesterday. Rosa is a junior out of San Juan. Playing just his 5th game of the year. He's 1 for 7 and takes low for a ball. One hit is a single. He does not have any RBIs, but he does have 2 walks, and he's got a chance here with a base hit to pick up a ribby. That one is in for a strike. It is 1-1. Rivera at second, Gomez at first with 1 down, and that'll be outside for a ball, and it'll be 2-1. So a hitter's count here for the number 9 hitter, Rosa, with the top of the order, Torres, due up next. Curveball snuck underneath the doormat for strike 2. Infield at double play depth. The center fielder, Herb, shaded a bit towards left here. Both runners go, and this is caught at second, and it will be a 4 unassisted double play. Oda catches the slow liner and doubles off the runner at second, Rivera. And that does it for the bottom of the second. No runs on 1 hit with 1 left and 1 back-breaking double play. Sends us to the third, 5-1 Fort Kent. LSP and Shipping Shield are partners in card. Shipping Shields are the eco-friendly sports and gaming card shipping protectors trusted by yours truly, made in the U.S. and Canada on 100% recyclable cardboard. Use the link and codes on the screen or in the description for a discount on your order. We may receive a commission from those orders, but we thank you for your continued support of whatever this is. Fresh off a clutch double play to end the bottom of the second, Odo leads off the top of the third. It is ahead 1-0. What a game he's already had. An RBI triple, a run scored, and now the potential defensive play of the game. Foul tips that one into Rosa's mitt for strike number 1. Oda, Stoner, and Kohler due up here in the top of the third for the Bengals. And if anyone gets on Lamenza, he's going to try and bunt his way on, then pulls back to watch that one dip low for ball 2. 2-1, 5 runs on 6 hits, no errors for the Bengals. 1 on 4 with no errors for the Falcons as that catches the inside corner 2-2. But this could be a much different game, a much closer game, were it not for obviously the looping liner double play off the bat of Rosa to end the second, or the gunning down of Batista at third, trying to stretch a double into a triple in the bottom of the first. And you need to get that momentum back after the Falcons fell behind 4-0 after 1. That is a leadoff walk. 4-0 after half an inning, I should say. Oda is aboard for the second time today, and here is Stoner, who was plunked his first time up, and that spelled the early end on the day for Joseph Gutierrez, the Falcons starter, who ended up going just a third of an inning, allowing 4 runs on 4 hits. It has been Cancel since. Cancel threw a wild pitch that allowed Oda to score. He'll try to pick him off now. But he retired the first 3 batters he faced, and Kohler with a strikeout. Lamenza on a grounder to first, and then Ferrando with a liner to first. Only allowed the 1 run in the second despite some trouble, with Carvalho with a double and Erb with a single, but just ended up allowing the run on the RBI single by Erb. Count is 1-1 with a runner at first here in the top of the third, nobody out. Two and one. Much different start to this game from either of the games yesterday. 2-2 after 1 in game 1 yesterday. Then it was a pitcher's duel to start game 2 before Falcons eventually pulled away in each of those games. Falcons were up 5-2 going into the 4th. The Bengals mounted a comeback out to within 5-4, but the tying run was gunned down at the plate. And then it was 17-0 in favor of the Falcons the rest of the day between the 2 games. That bounced at the plate, fired down to second, 1 hop, out! Oda overslid the bag. It looked like he was there in time initially, but you keep your glove on the man to hope he slides off, and that is a huge first out. It's a ball to make it 3-2, though. And they'll just replace Oda at first here. But now, by getting Oda, even though you allow the walk, you now can get out of this unscathed with a ground ball here. Although the last time we saw a potential ground ball double play, Gomez had to eat it at short after they forced out Erb at second. Didn't end up getting Walker. Didn't end up hurting him in the end any more than they already did. Oh! Double play, 1-6-3. Smashed off the bat of Kohler, but right back to the pitcher, Cancel. And the side is retired. There's your double play, speaking it into existence forever and ever. 5-1 after 2.5. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Sponsor our content for as little as $25 a spot, whether you want to promote a business, product, or event, or send a message of support to a player, team, or coach. Email yours truly for all the deets. We'll go to the bottom of the third. We'll also brighten the camera a little bit, although it is just as dreary here in real life as it looks on your screen. Two and 0 is the count to the leadoff man Armando Torres, who doubled, stole third, and scored for what is so far the only Fisher run. They've had some pretty bad luck with some of the balls they've put in play. Maybe not this one. This is driven deep to left, and that will get down all the way to the fence. Another double for Torres. He's going to try and make it a triple, and he does, standing. Well, here's hoping Batista's learned his lesson from his first AB, in which he hit a double to bring home Torres, but was gunned down at third, trying to stretch it into a triple. Down and away for a ball. He didn't stand and admire it or anything, like I said, thinking it was a home run, but just a little too slow out of the box to make it a triple. But if you stay at second, there's nothing wrong with that result, given where it was hit. This one goes to the backstop, and able to score standing up is Torres. So it is 5-2. Torres has a double and a triple, and both Fisher runs to this point. So base is empty and a hitter's count here for John Batista. Swings, drives this one into left center field. That should stay in the park, and it is caught. For out number one by Herb. Got under that one just a bit too much. So one down for Febrier, who struck out looking his first time up. Takes the ball. Still a lot of baseball to be played. Wind blowing out towards right now. Swing and a miss, 1-1. 4-0 start by Fort Kent in the top of the first. Got another run in the second, but one each in the first, and so far the third here for Fisher. This is scheduled to be a 9-inning game, if Mother Nature allows us. I should have put on the Who You Got poll for Mother Nature's record, infinity and zero. Ooh! Nearly got him as he turned away, and it is 3-1. Off speed, comes up empty, 3-2. Downstairs for a ball. Here's Salinas, who had a double his first time up. All 5 of Fisher's hits have been for extra bases. 4 doubles and a triple to this point. That's a towering fly ball into right. And that'll be caught. Martinez hauls it in for a 1-pitch out number 2. So Peralta will try to keep the line moving. Ground out to short his first time up. Ooh, a little bit of a stutter step on the pickoff, and then nearly pulled the first baseman, Walker, to the outfield side of the bag. Little chopper up the third base line, but that'll go foul for strike one. Runner goes, a stumble as they throw to first, a second, not in time. Oh my goodness. I thought the stumble was going to be enough to complete the pickoff as they fired to Oda. Would have been 1-3-4, but time's going to be called here as Dalton Parks wants an explanation, I think. He's standing on the first base line. Well, right now we have a stoppage for, are we going to appeal? I don't know. Parks, why would you appeal on that play? Anyways, Parks is going to come out and try and plead his case to the base umpire, and the delay earlier was something on the field it shouldn't have been, and Parks not thrilled, so it ends up being a stolen base for February. He is in scoring position now. Still with an 0-1 count to Peralta. Up and away for a ball. One and one is the count. Two and one. Feliz represents the tying run in the on-deck circle. Innis just trying to get his ender here. Misses up and away, 3-1. Fisher hoping to scratch a little closer here. Don't want to end up with just the one run after the hot start to this inning like we saw in the first. And the second, too, when you think about it. Spin back to second, and no tag as February gets in there. This time Innis will hang on to it, as Oda was not in position. 3-1 is the count to Peralta, with Feliz due up next. Flared down the right field line, and that will drop foul. So a full count with two down, a runner in scoring position, and the potential tying run in the on-deck circle. Big pitch coming up here. We're looking at prolonging this inning to get the tying run to the plate, or we're looking at still a 3-run lead for the Bengals going into the fourth. What's it going to be? Payoff pitch. Here it is. Check swing. He went around for strike three, and the inning is over. Another escape job for Innis. It's gotten a little too close for comfort sometimes here for the Cardiac Cats, but they lead 5-2 after three. The LSP store is open. Get yourself a DVD or digital copy of most past LSP video broadcasts, or one of several different designs of stickers, shirts, or other merch, including some stuff with my late dog, Tina the Long Arena, on it, and some words I've probably said on this here YouTube channel over the years. Email yours truly for game videos or scan the QR code to go to the spring store for merch. Top of the fourth. 8, 9, and 1 due up in the Bengals batting order here. Lamenza, Ferrando, and Carvalho. 5 runs on 6 hits for the Bengals. 2 on 5 for the Falcons. Lamenza 0 for 1 with the ground out to first. Takes 0 for ball 1. The Falcons have had a runner in scoring position in every inning. All their hits have been for extra bases. And yet all they have is 2 runs. And they ruled illegal motion, I think, by Cancel. So the count is 2-1. Fouled off the other way into the snow pile next to the first base bleachers, and it is 2-2. Fouled off of the dish. Grounder to second. Fielded there. Nice pick. Going down to a knee up the line by Salinas for the first out. The Fort Kent dugout says he was off, but the umpire says otherwise, and there is 1 up. 1 down now as Lamenza is out on a grounder for the second time. Here's Ferrando lined out to first, his first time up to begin the second. Skies this one into right center field, and a diving catch by Feliz for out number 2. Fisher defense showing out here in this top of the fourth. This is now 2 up, 2 down. And the lineup turns over for Carvalho. Single and a run in the first, double and a run in the second. What's he got here in the fourth? 0-1. Fouled off the other way, 0-2. Cancel delivers way outside. Count will be 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Throw down to first, completes the strikeout. 1-2-3 go the Bengals in the top of the 4th. Are you down with the sound called LSP? Of course you are. Then follow and support us on the web, Linktree, Facebook, YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. Flash the subscribe button. Membership is also available for $5 a month. PayPal Creator Spring, LSP37. Scan the QR code for more information. It tastes great on a cracker. Here we go to the bottom of the 4th. It'll be Feliz, Rivera, and Gomez due up against Innes. And that misses down and away for a ball. 1-0 to Angel Feliz, who struck out swinging to lead off the second inning. A 1-2-3 top half for Cancel. The first 1-2-3 inning of the game for either side, although Cancel did face the minimum in the third. It just required a caught stealing and a double play to face the minimum. Did allow 2 base runners. Poink. 2-1. Five hits in the game for Fisher. They are all for extra bases, but just the 2 runs, both scored by Torres. It is 2-2. Or is it 3-2? 3-2, sorry. Whiffed on the 3rd ball. Full count is Feliz from Innis. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Feliz goes down on strikes for the 2nd time. And 2 of Innis's 4 strikeouts have been of Angel Feliz. Here's Gabriel Rivera, double his first time up in the 2nd. And he takes one on the outside corner for strike 1. One and one. Rivera and then Gomez, and if anyone gets on, Carlos Rosa. Grounder to the left side, fielded at short onto first, 1 hop and secured by Walker for out number 2. Nice pick by Walker. Rivera is now 1 for 2, and that'll bring up Gilbert Gomez, who drew a walk his first time up. This is the same part of the order that started the 4th. Feliz led off, started the 4th, that started the 2nd. Feliz led off that 2nd with a strikeout, and was a double by Rivera, and then the walk by Gomez, and then Rosa looped a liner right to Oda for an inning-ending 4-assisted double play. That kept the lead for the Bengals at 5-1 at the time, and it's only been 1 more run since for Fisher. The Falcons still trail 5-2 here in the bottom of the 4th. It's a 9-inning game, mind you, as this is skied into shallow left into the Bermuda Triangle, but caught by the shortstop Ferrando for the out. That retires the side. Easy peasy 1-2-3-Z for Nathan Innis. And the Bengals still lead 5-2 through 4. LSP and Shipping Shield are partners in cards. Shipping Shields are the eco-friendly sports and gaming card shipping protectors trusted by yours truly, made in the U.S. and Canada on 100% recyclable cardboard. Use the link and codes on the screen or in the description for a discount on your order. We may receive a commission from those orders, but we thank you for your continued support of whatever this is. Herb, Walker, and Martinez due up for the Bengals here in the top of the 5th. Herb is 2 for 2 with a couple of singles. RBI on his last one. Bengals already matching their hit output. Oh! Herb with a look. Maybe some words there to Cancel on that first pitch plunking. And he's aboard for the 3rd time. Home plate umpire telling the Fisher players to go back to the dugout. As I was saying, the Bengals have already matched their hit output and exceeded their run output from the 2 games yesterday. That is downstairs for a ball, 1-0. Again, baseball is so stupid. Here's Walker, who's 1 for 2. 2-run single in the first. Reach on fielder's choice in the second. Pickoff attempt is not in time. Cancel has faced the minimum through the last 2 innings, including the first 1-2-3 frame for either side in the 4th. And, of course, Innes had to match him in the bottom of the 4th. Outside corner for a strike. It is 3-1. Another pickoff attempt, and back safely is Herb. Outside for a ball, and it is 1st and 2nd to begin the top of the 5th for the Bengals. Action starting to stir in the Fisher bullpen as Cancel has hit the first batter and walked the second on 5 pitches, bringing the cleanup man Caleb Martinez to the dish. And Martinez would love to get off the schneid here. He is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, but a base hit would be huge right now. Extend the lead at least to 6-2. And much like yesterday, the wind whipping out towards right now, so trying to go the other way and get it into the jet stream. We've already seen that with a couple of the extra base hits in this game before. He does sky it the other way into right, and that will be a diving catch again. This time by the right fielder Batista. 1 down. Ferrando was robbed last inning by Feliz, and now Batista with a huge defensive play. And here is Oda, triple RBI and a run scored in the first as he takes ball 1. A walk in the 3rd. Huge double play turned to end a Falcons threat in the 2nd. Count is even at 1-1, with runners at first and second and one out. Batista with a huge diving catch after Herb was plunked and Walker walked, appropriately enough, to begin this inning, and now Oda's behind 1-2. Right now, I think it's time for Cancel to empty the bucket. The action warming behind him in the bullpen. Try and get through this one unscathed. That hit him? All right. It's 2-2. Looked like it nicked off his knee. At any rate, 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. 2 down. Oda is retired for the first time today. Fourth strikeout for Cancel. And now it'll be up to Bradley Stoner, who has been on base today twice without the aid of a hit. Hit by a pitch in the first and walked in the third. Fouls this one out of play for strike one. Outside. 1-1. 9-1-2 due up for the Falcons in the bottom of the fifth. Check swing. Up and away, appeal to the base umpire. No. 2-1. Popped up on the infield. Caught by the second baseman, Torres. And the Bengal threat goes by the wayside, halfway home, 5-2, Fort Kent. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Sponsor our content for as little as $25 a spot, whether you want to promote a business, product, or event, or send a message of support to a player, team, or coach. Email yours truly for all the deets. We go to the bottom of the fifth. We're going to have a pinch hitter to begin the inning for Carlos Rosa. It will be Adriel Cuello. Cuello was 1 for 6 with a couple of runs scored in the doubleheader yesterday. And he's going to try and bunt his way on, but came up empty for strike one. Cuello is slashing 171, 393, 268 on the year. He actually has more walks than hits. Skies this one foul the other way, and the count will be 0-2. So it'll be Cuello and then Torres and Batista. Due up here in the top of the fifth against Nathan Innes, the Bengals starter, who has gotten out of some jams in the first and second innings to help preserve this 5-2 lead for the Bengals. They started this one out with a bang. 4 runs in the top of the first, chasing the starter Gutierrez after just a third of an inning. Curveball on the outside corner, strike 3 called. Fifth strikeout now for Innes. Lineup turns over for Torres, who has been the offense today for the Falcons. He is 2 for 2 with a double, a triple, a stolen base, and both Fisher runs. Takes up and away for ball 1. It's Torres and then Batista, and if anyone gets on, Febrier. Line of the pitch from Innes. Curveball down and away for a ball. It is 2-0. Three and 0. That bounces to the plate for ball 4, then gets to the backstop, but Torres will go no further than first. And he is aboard for the third time in 3 plate appearances. And here comes Batista, fresh off his diving catch in right field in the top half this inning. Up and away for ball 1. Two and 0. Oh, excuse me, still 1-0. Wrong direction of the throw. Batista 1 for 2 with the RBI double and a fly out to center. Takes up and in. Now it's 2-0. Speaking it into existence. Batista turning back towards his dugout. The big bat wind and the pitch from Innes. Takes low. I could tell he was ready to crank that. Good discipline despite that, though. Well, he would have yesterday if it weren't for the wind. Statue of Liberty play, 3-1. Off first is Torres after the 1-out walk. He takes off, swing and a miss, no throw by the catcher Carvalho. Stolen base for Torres. Number 2 of the day for him, but is now a full count to Batista. Look at Torres at second, and the pitch is in there for strike 3 called. Massive strikeout for Innes, his second of the inning and 6th of the game. And it'll be up to Febrier to try and cash in. Skies that one foul the other way for strike 1. Fly ball into right, caught for the out that retires the side. The Falcons strand another man in scoring position. We go to the 6th. Official game now. We await the weather. 5-2. The LSP store is open. Get yourself a DVD or digital copy of most past LSP video broadcasts, or one of several different designs of stickers, shirts, or other merch, including some stuff with my dog, Tina the Longerine, on it, and some words I've probably said on this here YouTube channel over the years. Email yours truly for game videos or scan the QR code for merch. Top of the 6th. Cancel back out there for the Falcons. Rosa back behind the plate after Cuello pinch hit for him. Kohler, Lamenza, and Ferrando due up here, the bottom third of the order for the Bengals, as that pops out of Rosa's mitt and drifts away for a ball, 1-0. base hit to lead off the inning by Kohler, and now Lamenza, as Kohler gets off the schneid. He's now 1 for 3 after striking out and grounding into 1-6-3 double play. Lamenza checks his swing. Appeal. No, it is ball one. Lamenza 0 for 2 with a couple of groundouts, 1 to first and 1 to second. Down in for a ball. Back pick is not in time. 2-0. We're in the top of the sixth, and the Bengals have already exceeded their run and hit totals from 14 innings of work yesterday. Got him! Dancing a bit too much there was Kohler. Empties the bases now with 1 down, but still a hitter's count for Lamenza. He fouls that one off. 2-1. In there for a strike. 2-2. Downstairs for a ball. Full count. That single by Kohler was the first base hit for the Bengals since Erb's single with 1 out in the second. Strike 3 called. 2 down as Lamenza is now 0 for 3. And that'll bring up Ferrando, who is 0 for 2 with a line out to first. And a fly out to center on a fine diving catch by Feliz. Jackknifed, and it is ball 1 to him. Fouled off, 1-1. Lined the other way towards the Fort Kent bullpen and foul for strike 2. Chopper to the right side. Salinas has it. Steps on the bag at first. And Ferrando stood at the plate thinking that may have been foul off the dish, but no dice. The side is retired. We go to the bottom of the sixth. Still 5-2 Fort Kent. Are you down with a sound called LSP? Of course you are. Then follow and support us on the web. Linktree, Facebook, YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. Flash the subscribe button. Memberships available for $5 a month. Completely optional, but comes with occasional discounts to the LSP Spring Store. PayPal, Creator Spring, LSP37. Scan the QR code for all the deets. All the cool kids are doing it. We go to the bottom of the 6th, and there is a new right fielder for the UMaine Fort Kent Bengals, and it is Noah Jorgensen taking over for Caleb Martinez. Innes back out there for inning number 6, and he delivers low for ball 1. Sorry, I thought I was going to sneeze, and then Salinas, Peralta, and Feliz due up here in the bottom of the 6th. Salinas with a double and a fly out to right on his line today. Innes delivers to Revere, apparently. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Had him way out in front, and it is 2-2. Fouled off, and you could hear the effort Salinas put into that swing, only to just foul it straight back. Two. Up and away. It is a full count. Peralta and then Feliz. Van gets on Rivera. Fouled off, just barely. Gotta love the antics from the Fisher dugout as Salinas got under this one a bit too much, and it is caught in left center by Herb for out number 1. Here's Peralta, hoping to get on base for the first time today. Ground out to short and a strikeout on his ledger. Actually, we might have a change here in center. We have actually Martinez staying in the game, so Jorgensen and Herb slot. Is that what we got? Okay, because that was actually Caleb Martinez. Looks like he made the catch there. At any rate. Peralta takes the ball. Four-pitch walk. Peralta aboard for the first time today. That brings Feliz to the plate, hoping for something more productive than a strikeout. He's got 2 of those. Slide step, and that misses down and in for a ball, 1-0. Just gets the inside corner for a strike. It is 1-1. For those playing the home game, Peralta is 1 of 1 in stolen base attempts. 2-1. Now, one steal came on March 6th against Florida Memorial in a 9-8 loss. Back to the inside corner, first strike 2, 2-2. Chopper foul. On one hop to short to the second baseman for one, and delayed gather by Oda will prevent him from turning the inning-ending double play, but they do get the lead runner for out number 2, 6-4. Feliz on base, but he's 0 for 3. And let's see what Rivera can do. He's already got a double today, along with a ground out to short. Remember, the 5 hits that the Falcons have, all of them are for extra bases, but they haven't gotten one since Torres' leadoff triple in the 3rd, and that plunks him. They have not been short of base runners, though, since that triple. They've drawn 3 walks, plus that hit by pitch. It seems as though we're going to have a pinch hitter for Gilbert Gomez. Delvis Matos will grab a bat and hit for Gomez. Now, Matos is 1 for 13 on the year with 6 strikeouts to 1 walk. His lone hit came in an 8-5 loss to Florida Memorial in a 1 for 3 showing, and he picks up his 2nd hit of the year. Around third is Feliz. He slides in head first. First pitch swinging. What a time to be alive. And it looks like we're going to have another pinch hitter. It's going to be Verde. Verde pulled double duty yesterday behind the plate, and now he's going to pinch hit for Rosa. With runners at first and second, but first, Mound Conference. The hit batsman comes back to bite the Bengals. With 2 down, Rivera pushes Feliz to second, and then Matos brings him home. And that is going to force the Bengals to make a pitching change. So Kai Pacheco will take over on the mound. He pitched the final 3 1/3 of the game yesterday, the first game yesterday, taking over for Vinny Palazzo. I should say 2 1/3 because Fort Kent only had to pitch 6 innings. Pacheco ended up allowing 2 runs on 3 hits while striking out 5 in his 2 1/3 innings of work. And he got the very first batter he faced to end the 4th, and that was Cuello with a line out to second. The first batter he faced in his first full inning was Verde yesterday, and Verde singled, stole second, got to third on an error by the catcher Walker, and then scored on a wild pitch. But beyond that, Pacheco struck out 4 in a row, struck out the side in the fifth otherwise, and struck out the first batter of the 6th, Salinas. So he's hoping for a similar start here to his outing as he did in game 1 yesterday. But here he is facing Verde with Rivera at second and Matos at first. It's now a 5-3 ball game. The tying run at first, the go-ahead run at the plate, and that is bounced at the plate for ball 1. No advance by the runners. Verde slashing 286, 412, 357 this year. 2 doubles, 5 ribbies. Lifts this one to the right side, and that'll get down out of the reach of the sliding first baseman Walker for strike 1. One and one is the count in this 6th inning that began with a fly out by Salinas to center. Peralta walked. Feliz ground into a fielder's choice. Rivera hit Matos with an RBI single. And that'll be fouled straight back to make it 1-2. It's 4-0 Bengals to start this game after half an inning. But they haven't scored since the 2nd. Pacheco looking for a strikeout here to put an end to the bottom of the 6th and the latest rally attempt by the Falcons. Up and away, 2-2. 5 2/3 by Nathan Innes. Is that a balk? It's a balk. Do not do a balk, please. Carvalho called for Pacheco to step off, and he did, but in an illegal manner. So that puts the tying run in scoring position here for Verde. A 2-2 count. Down and away. 3-2. And oh my goodness, does Rivera want to come home? Payoff pitch with the tying run at second and the go-ahead run at the plate. Pacheco delivers. Fouled off the other way and out of play. Do it again. Now if Pacheco is going to get out of this mess, it's going to be a lot harder than the first out he got to end the fourth in game one yesterday. Is that another balk? Fisher thought so. No. You just tap. You can't do ABS on a balk, man. Wait. And now we're going to have an appeal to talk about this one. I mean, Verde had to get in the box or else he'd potentially suffer I would imagine he could have suffered a pitch clock strike 3. But, all right, so a whole lot of nothing there. Once again, full count, 2 down, runners at second and third after the balk by Pacheco. Rivera trying to induce one, fouled off again. Now, boy, Verde's been late on, 3 in a row here? Rivera knows what time it is. Just try to gas one by him if he's going to keep being late. Popped up into foul territory on the right side, and it gets out of play again. What a battle. I don't care who you're a fan of here. This is entertainment, I tell you. Once again, Rivera at third, Matos at second. Full count to Verde. Downstairs for a ball. Next time on Dragon Ball Z. The lineup turns over for Torres, who has been on base all 3 times today. Double, steal, and run scored in the first. Triple runs scored in the third. Walk and a steal in the fifth. Full windup. Outside for ball 1. Two and 0. Time called. Coach Park's coming out. Hitters count to Torres. Bases full of Falcons. Pacheco delivers. 2 and 1. Into center field and down for a base hit. Here comes the tying run. 3 for 3 now is Torres. He's a home run shy of the cycle. And now let's see what John Batista can do. Oh and 1. Batista had an RBI double in the first, but then was gunned down trying to stretch it to a triple. Then flew out to center in the third and struck out looking in the fifth. Look how much room there is to right now. I mean, I'm telling you, the wind's blowing out to right center. That's an awfully large gap to leave there if Batista can go the other way into the jet stream. 1-1. 1 and 2. I know it's a tie game now, but you gotta pull the trigger at some point. Might have been a bit too choosy there. I don't know, because if that's not a pitch you like, that's going to be called a strike. Pacheco can live there. 1-2. Outside corner, strike 3, called back-to-back ABs, result in back-to-back backwards Ks for Batista, who has some choice words for the home plate umpires. He goes back to the dugout, but Torres ties the game with a 2-run single, and we are back to where we started after 6. LSP and Shipping Shield are partners in card. Shipping Shields are the eco-friendly sports and gaming card shipping protectors trusted by yours truly, made in the U.S. and Canada on 100% recyclable cardboard. Use the link and codes on the screen or in the description for a discount on your order. We may receive a commission from those orders, but we thank you for your continued support of whatever this is. Brand new ball game as we go to the 7th. And the top third of the order due up for Fort Kent. Grounder to the right side. Oh my goodness! The throw goes up the line and the error allows Carvalho to reach. Riley Parsons had a good start to the game on the mound in Game 2 yesterday, is now going to hit. So Herb goes 2 for 2 with a couple of singles and a hit by pitch. And now Parsons, the leadoff man at first after the error. Up the line by the second baseman, Torres. Takes ball one, does the Aussie. Brand new ball game. 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Fort Kent. 5-7-1 for the Falcons. Fouled off, it's 1-1. Two and one. Grounder to short. 6, 4, 3. Yes! Collision, though, at second base as Carvalho is slow to get up and he is in pain. Athletic trainer checking on Carvalho right now after the 6-4-3 double play negates the error to make it bases empty. 2 down, and that's a tough spot too because Carvalho's your catcher. Now Walker caught game 1 yesterday, but it does. No, he is going to cut. Well, of course he's going to come off because of the out, but we'll see how if he's going to come back out defensively to start the bottom half of this inning. Boy, that radar, by the way, as long as you think about the weather too, with this being an official game, that radar looked pretty scary just a few moments ago, and there's still nothing coming in. Hey, Anthony. I'm sorry? Yeah. Oh, that is wood finally. Okay, great. That is down and in for ball 1 to the aforementioned Seth Walker. He is 1 for 2. 2-run single in the first. It's 2-0. It's 2-0 is the count. Walker had that 2-run single in the first, reached on fielder's choice in the second, and walked in the fifth. And takes down and in for a ball. It is 3-0. Strike 1. Ground to the left side from 3-0 to 3-2. Grounder short. Oh, that took a deflection off the pitcher's glove. Scoop. They still got the out. What a play at short to ensure that Cancel faces the minimum. Stretch time here at Frazier. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Sponsor our content for as little as $25 a spot. Whether you want to promote a business, product, or event, or send a message of support to a player, team, or coach, email yours truly for all the deets. February to lead things off here in the bottom of the seventh against Pacheco. Swings and misses for strike one. Pacheco got out of dodge in a big way against John Batista. This will be hit into left and caught for out number one. Pretty easily there. February is now 0 for 3. Here's Salinas, who's 1 for 3 with a double. Yeah, Pacheco taking over after 5 2/3 by Nathan Innes. Gave up the game-tying 2-run single to Torres, so that closes the book on Innes, and he will get a no decision. When he got out of dodge, that strikeout looking of John Batista when he had first and second in front of him after the game-tying single. Salinas takes a ball. Salinas and then Peralta, and if anyone gets on, Feliz. He 1-0. Lined on a hop and bounces away from the shortstop Ferrando into left center. Well, welcome to a turf field. E6. And a conference with Peralta before we get to the at-bat. And we're going to have a pinch runner for Salinas. Colon is going to take his base. Fouled off. Peralta drew a walk his last time up in the 6th, but was forced out on a fielder's choice. That was that second out of the 6th. Before the Falcons scored their 3 runs, all with 2 outs. Runner goes. Grounder up the middle. Oh, he was in the perfect position, but he can't get the out at second. Does get the out at first, though. Oh, my goodness. The ball just carried a little bit to the third base side of second, which prevented Oda, who was coming across to cover on Colon trying to steal, but carried him a bit too far. Credit to Oda for hauling in the ball and then getting the out at first, but it does put the go-ahead run in scoring position with 2 down now, or Feliz. Feliz reached on that fielder's choice I just mentioned, then came around to score. He is 0 for 3, and that is down low for a ball. It is 1-0. Go ahead, run at second, the person of Colon. The pitch, grounder to the left side. Colon avoids it, bobbled it short, and having to eat it is Ferrando. So it's now runners at the corners for Rivera. Double in the second, ground out to short in the 4th, hit by a pitch and scored in the 6th. Outside corner, strike 1. Feliz with the infield single. He runs. Fouled off, and it's 0-2. Runner goes again. Grounded foul. Fly ball. Oh, boy. Behind second base. Oh, my goodness. Oda had everyone on the edge of their seat there until the very end, and he hauls it in. Kind of a over-the-shoulder shoestring catch. And it remains 5-5 after 7. The LSP store is open. Get yourself a DVD or a digital copy of most past LSP video broadcasts, or one of several different designs of stickers, shirts, or other merch, including some stuff with my dog, Tina the Long Arena, on it, and some words I've probably said on this here YouTube channel over the years. Email yours truly for game videos, or go to Creator Spring for merch. We go to the top of the 8th, and Caleb Martinez will lead things off. Swing at the first pitch and foul it off. Out of play for a strike one. That hit him? Nope, just went behind him. 1-1. Martinez, Oda, and Stoner due up. 1-2. Strike three called. One down as Cancel is still out there. Sixth strikeout now for Cancel on 91 pitches. And here is Oda. He's had an adventure today. A bloodbath of a hop, gets it over the third baseman Peralta and into left. Oda a little overzealous with the turn at first, but gets back there. The go-ahead run at first in the person of Oda, who has been in the middle of it all weekend long, it seems. Ruled that an error. Was that a hit? No, is it? It is an error. That'll be grounded to second. Stepping on the back for one. On to first. Double play. 4-3. The side is retired just like that. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. Still tied at 5. Are you down with the sound called LSP? Of course you are. Then follow and support us on the web, Linktree, Facebook, YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. Flash the subscribe button. Membership's available for $5 a month. Gets occasional merch discounts at the LSP Spring Store. PayPal, Creator Spring, LSP37. All the cool kids are doing it. Bottom of the 8th, a whole slew of changes for the Fort Kent Bengals with Eric Kohler now pitching and Bradley Stoner at first. So Fort Kent has lost the DH. And Gilbert Gomez leading things off here in the bottom of the 8th. Ahead in the count, 1-0 of Kohler. 2-0 now. Swing and a miss, 2-1. Pacheco goes an inning and a third. Is not charged with any runs, but did allow the single that got the Falcons tied. Thing about bunting his way on is Gomez. It is 3-1. Gomez will be followed by Verde and Torres. Fouled off. Fouled off again. Down away for ball 4. The go-ahead run at first. But ever since that comeback in the 6th, the Falcons have had the opportunity to take the lead. They had first and second in front of Batista before he struck out looking to end the 6th. They had runners at the corners before Rivera ended the 7th. And now here they are. Gomez at first, representing the go-ahead run for the 3rd consecutive inning. Bunt is down, but foul. Gomez was running too. And what a backbreaker it would be if they could have caught that. Third baseman in. Runner being held at first. First baseman playing in front of the bag. Up and in. 2-1 is the count. 5 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for Fort Kent. 5-9-1 for the Falcons. Showing bunt again. Runner goes again. It's a beauty to the pitcher's mound. Oh my goodness! Safe! The throw to first had the second baseman and the first baseman standing over the bag, and neither of them had their foot on it. Who's playing the harmonica? Is it someone in the Fisher dugout? What's going on? I misspoke. It's not first and third. It's first and second. Gomez was running with the pitch and thought about going to third. Then put the brakes on, and now company-wide meeting. On the mound before Torres, who is a homer shy of the cycle and has not been retired today. And last time up, drove home the tying runs with a 2-run single in the 6th, steps to the plate in what could also be a sack situation, to be fair. With Batista on deck, he does square. Did that get him? Oh, it's a foul ball. It was off his bat. He tried to get out of the way of that one, but it got his bat, and it is strike 1. Showing bunt the whole time as Torres gets it down, but foul. And now he's got to swing the bat, but sure, he's not too worried about that. But he does have 2 strikes. Got to put it in play here. 0-2. Kohler delivers, down and away, ball 1. Lifts this one to right, that's going to get out of play. Remains 1-2. Oh, they might have a pickoff here. Oh, no, they won't. Oda held on to it the whole time. So runners at the corners, finally. 1-2 is the count to Torres. 2-2. Runner goes from first. Liner into left field. Down into the corner. Falcons lead. Around third is Verde. RBI triple for Torres. Second triple, third extra base hit, 4th hit of the day for Torres. He's 4 for 4 with 2 runs, 4 ribbies, 2 steals. And now John Batista with the infield coming in. Up and away for ball 1. 7-5, Fisher leads for the first time today. They have scored 6 unanswered since Fort Kent led. 5-1, coming home is Torres. Eight 5, and Batista didn't even need to do anything. 3-0. There's no way they're giving him a pitch to hit here, is there? I'd assume the Statue of Liberty play here from Batista, but he's clearly getting hyped up like he wants to send something to Salem. Nope. Ball 4. 4-pitch walk. Not surprised at all at that outcome. There's still nobody out in the inning as Febrier comes to the bat. the 3 spot here in the bottom of the 8th for the Falcons. Batista goes, pitches downstairs, throw down to second is offline. Batista stays on the bag with the throw being backed up by the shortstop Ferrando. It's a stolen base for John Batista. The count is 1-0 to Febrier, who is 0 for with a walk. Inside 2-0. Three and 0, that skips away from the catcher, and Batista says thank you very much. Takes third base on the pass ball. 3-0, infield in. Strike one. Downstairs. Well, that's not something I can repeat on air, but let him play. I know, right? Nods of approval all along the press box, though. You said it, not me. Diesel's going to pinch hit here for the cleanup spot. Oh, hang on. Runner goes from first. Defensive indifference. Give him the steal. It is 8-5 with 2 runners in scoring position for Corey Diesel, the freshman from Whittier Tech. Rounds it to the right side through for a base hit. 1 run scores. Here comes another. 10-5. Well, you better save that ball. That is Corey's first hit and RBI with the Falcons. Upstairs for a ball. Towering pop-up around the plate, and it's dropped. Ground to the left side, and that is through for a base hit for Peralta. Diesel's still running to third. Runners at the corners. And still nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th. Popped up on the left side, and this will be caught. Diesel tags from third and will score on the sacrifice fly. It is 11-5.
Second baseman, number 2, Armando Torres.
We got 2 runs left.
Hope you enjoyed the sounds of the game. Well, I got everything squared away on my end here, and AP, you say that, now it's not going to happen. I guess. Oh! Inside to Torres. Came through with the 2-run triple that put Fisher in front for the first time today, and that throw is up the line, a collision between Torres and the first baseman into score, though. In the back door was Placencia, who picked up the RBI double just before that to make it 13-5, and out is 14-5. Everyone is okay. Torres now 5 for 5. 3 RBIs this inning. Runner at first. Here is Batista. Grounder to the left side and through for a base hit. Batista took a 4-pitch walk last time. He picks up his second hit this time. And now here's Febrier. Walked and scored last time. Just missed inside for a ball. A 9 spot here in the bottom of the 8th. It's been 13 unanswered runs by the Falcons. Outside, ball 2. Fort Kent led this one 5-1 after a buck and a half, and led 5-2 going into the 6th for a 3 spot by the Falcons. Tied this game, and then a duel in the 7th. And the Falcons busting it wide open here in the bottom of the 8th. Febrier up to bat for the second time this inning as the 14th batter of the inning. Pops this one up into shallow right. Didn't even get into the outfield. It is caught at first for the out that retires the side. If the Falcons had scored there, that would have ended the game. Instead, we go to the 9th with Fisher up 14-5. LSP and Shipping Shield are partners in cards. Shipping Shields are the eco-friendly sports and gaming card shipping protectors trusted by yours truly. Made in the U.S. and Canada on 100% recyclable cardboard. Use the link and code on the screen or in the description for a discount on your order. We may receive a commission from your order, but we thank you for your continued support of whatever this is. Josiel Carmona will take over on the mound to close this one out for the Falcons. Obviously not a safe situation. But here he is playing in his 5th game of the year. He is 0-3 with a 13.50 ERA. In 2 2/3 innings, he's allowed 5 hits, 5 runs, 4 of which are earned, walked 5, and struck out 2. The only appearance he made this year where he did not take the L was on February 21st against Campbellsville. He went an inning, did not allow a run, and struck out 1. Took the L against Florida National on March 13th, his last appearance, when just a third of an inning, allowed 2 hits, 1 run, and 1 walk. Hoping for a performance here to close this one out, more along the lines of his Campbellsville outing. His best year was his freshman year in 2024. He made 20 appearances and went 4-0 with 4 saves and a 4.71 ERA in 21 innings, allowing 15 hits, 13 runs, 11 which were earned, walking 18, and striking out 21. So let's see if Carmona can put the finishing touches on a weekend sweep of the Fort Kent Bengals in a game that, again, the Bengals led 5-1 after a buck and a half, but 13 unanswered by the Falcons, including a 3-spot to tie the game in the 6th. That is outside. No, it's the outside corner, rather, strike 2. 0-2. Is this a little better, man? I could have sworn that, I get those complaints a lot, but I just don't understand. Like, at least by my volume meter, it looks like it's coming in fine, but like a lot of people, maybe I need a new mixer. I don't know. Hey. I'm trying, folks. I'm trying. Carmona shoving there for the first out of the top of the 9th. Lamenza takes down and in. 2-0 is the count. Well, those of you who picked Mother Nature in the Who You Got poll in this game, you lost. 1-out single for Lamenza. And now Ferrando. He lost me completely? Is that seriously? Am I not coming in now, man? Ooh. If I do it that way, that's going to, like, no, it's coming in. People in the chat saying they can't hear me. I don't know, man. Maybe you should, I don't know if it's the settings on your device. But AP's got me coming in loud and clear. Then again, I always come in loud. Clear is a different story. One and one. Down away, 2-1. In fairness, I did have sounds of the game on for a good portion of that bottom of the 8th while I untangled some things in my scorebook and on my phone. But, yeah, I'm here. Thanks, Katrina. Love you. 2-2. Katrina's my wife. How can she not hear me, right? You know, when I meet people and I tell them I'm a sports announcer, they always say something like, As that, just missed high for ball 3. Works here in Canada just fine. Well, I mean, sometimes you don't even need me to hear me from Canada. You don't need this to hear me from Canada. I am just that loud. Anyways, a walk issue to Ferrando. The lineup turns over for Carvalho. But as I was saying, like, a lot of people will tell me when they meet me for the first time and I tell them I'm a sports announcer, they'll say, oh, yeah, I could kind of tell from your voice. I've never been able to figure out what that means other than I'm loud. People say, oh, there's a certain, like, cadence or diction to your voice, and I don't know, man. Oh, is that a foul ball? Oh, boy, as if things haven't been painful enough today for Carvalho, and now he's wincing a little bit here after fouling that one off at the dish. People tell me that, that's they can tell that my, I have the announcer's voice. I don't know what that means other than I'm loud, but, I get a lot of, there's another comment there's a comment I actually like that people say about my vocal talents. And it's like, I do junior hockey announcing a lot. And there was a couple years ago, one of the leagues I call games for is up and in for a ball, 1-1. One of the leagues I call games for added teams from Canada, mostly from Quebec. And a couple years ago, I was doing PA for a showcase, and without anyone suggesting it or asking it or being prompted or whatever, I decided to try my hand at bilingual PA, and I got some help from a colleague in a Facebook group for PA announcers writing a script, working on pronunciations, Duolingo and whatnot, and I broke it out for the first time at that showcase involving a few teams from Quebec, and the Quebecois fans and players and coaches all said I had a, natural French-Canadian accent. They were touched by the attention. I don't know how many of y'all watching this are directly from Fort Kent or, from any, Francophone municipality, but I'll let you be the judge. I mean, at least when I'm speaking French, they can tell I have the natural accent. Bonsoir, mesdames et messieurs, bienvenue à la Stade Fraser, Lynn, Massachusetts, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. I did bilingual PA at a baseball tournament last summer, and we had a team from Quebec, and they said similar things, so, like, I'm grateful for every fan that I get. But one funny thing is that I have a friend who has me in her contacts as Bourbon Boy. And I asked her why, when anyone who knows me knows I do not drink, as this has popped up on the infield. What on earth? Infield fly was called anyways, but Ferrando was just doing jumping jacks in front of the first baseman to try and distract him. The batter was out anyways. There's 2 down. I'll bring up Parsons as the last hope this weekend for the Bengals. And I have a friend who has me in her contacts as Bourbon Boy. I asked her, how'd that happen when I don't drink? Maybe I'll have to save that story for another time. Scooped it short. On to first. Story time is over. Game is over. Series is over. It's swept by the Fisher Falcons with 13 unanswered runs after falling behind 4-0 after half an inning and 5-1 after a buck and a half. And player of the game, first of all, Kevin Cancel holding the fort after the struggles by Gutierrez in the first inning. Helps get the Falcons to the finish line. And Armando Torres goes 5 for 5 out of the leadoff spot with 2 triples. 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 triples, 4 ribbies, 3 runs, couple of steals. And Fisher improves to 7-11. And Fort Kent falls to 2-13. 2-14. 2-13, right? Yeah, because we're 2-10 starting the day yesterday. Math is hard. Save the Bourbon Boys story for another game. So with that said, this has been a presentation of LSP, something for everyone for a decade and a half, if you can believe it. Copyright 2026, unauthorized redistribution of any portion of this broadcast without the express written permission of Fisher College or LSP is strictly prohibited. A reminder that if you'd like to support future LSP content, you can do so by buying Shipping Shields, the official eco-friendly sports and game card shipping protectors of LSP, using the link and codes on the screen or in the description. Buy ads on future content for as little as $25 a spot. Buy some of this fabulous merchandise from the LSP store. And, of course, if you're down with the sound, Linktree, Facebook, YouTube, PayPal, Creative Spring, LSP37. And, of course, you can hire me to work your next live event, sports game, or anything else you can do for you on any given day in English and or in French. Mostly. Don't know if I could do something solely in French. You people mean the world to me. Once again, the final score from Fraser Field in Lynn, Mass. It is the Fisher Falcons 14, the UMFK Bengals 5. For all my rowdy friends here in Lynn, my name is Sam Fiedler, reminding you forever and always, freelance isn't free. Thanks for tuning in. Fresh for 2026. Suckas. Love you, Katrina. Party hard, Caitlin. Miss you, Tina.